The Mustangs of Las Colinas, Texas, USA. This is one of the largest groups of sculptured horses in the world. These bronze statues are 1.5 times bigger than real horses. They have special fountains built into their feet which shoot out water in such a way as to create the impression that they're galloping through a river. Knotted Gun Sculpture, New York, USA. This sculpture was created by Carl Friedrich Reutersford at the end of 1980, in the memory of John Lennon, who was shot in the same year. The Travelers, Marseille, France. This is a whole series of sculptures which have been not only placed around the streets of Marseille but have also made appearances at numerous modern art exhibitions. Monument to the Unknown Bureaucrat, Reykjavik, Iceland. The Unknown Bureaucrat was created in 1994 by Iceland artist and sculptor Magnus Thomasson. It's probably the most noticeable, and certainly the most amusing and expressive sculpture in the city, which is notable for the many little intriguing details that can be picked out. Headington Shark, Oxford, Britain. The significance behind this sculpture is much greater than may appear at first sight. It was erected on the 41st anniversary of the nuclear attack on Nagasaki at the end of World War II. The sculpture depicts a beautiful, if potentially deadly lethal weapon falling from the sky. De Vaart-Capoen, Brussels, Belgium. This statue was erected in 1985 in the Molenbeek area of Brussels. The scene it depicts is reminiscent of a comedy sketch. A man unexpectedly emerges from a manhole and pulls the feet from underneath a policeman. Its author is Belgian sculptor Tom Franzen. Memorial to Nelson Mandela, South Africa. Nelson Mandela's profile is formed from 50 steel columns, representing the 50 years since his arrest and political persecution. His likeness can be seen only if you stand at a certain angle to the columns, otherwise, they seem to be just a clump of poles. Force of Nature. This is the title of a series of sculptures created by Italian artist Lorenzo Quinn, in which women are depicted holding the earth in a length of cloth. The statues have been placed in many cities around the world, including in the UK, USA, Monaco and Singapore. The Wedding Rings, Vancouver, Canada. One of the most unusual attractions in Vancouver. The rings are made from steel, aluminium and glass. They stick out of the ground at an angle, as though they're about to fall over. However, in reality they are both firmly stuck in the ground, a symbol of the strength of love. People by the River, Singapore. Chong Fa Chiang, the creator of these statues, is well known for making a large number of statues which depict people who live and work along the banks of the rivers in Singapore. Statue of Franz Kafka, Prague, Czech Republic. The idea behind Jaroslav Rona's statue is far from clear. One theory holds that it is a reference to the Kafka's description of a struggle, whose main character became envious of a fellow traveler and clambered up onto his shoulders in order to see the world through different eyes. Having stepped inside another's skin, his envy towards the unknown person disappeared, as he found out that everyone has their own burdens. Monument to Sigmund Freud, Prague, Czech Republic. According to one popular theory, with this statue Czech sculptor David Cerny wanted to show the distance of the intelligentsia from the ordinary people. This is such a wonderful sculpture that anyone going to Prague simply has to take the time to go and see it.